just so Ben can watch this and whatnot. So where we are right now is we've got the palette done, and the palette here, the ad is the ad list of the palette for this fantasy world for Microscope. Clearly visible to all in the known world is a Titan that carries the sky. Fantasy future tech and pocket sights from crashed spaceships. Every person is bound to a spiritual aspect attached to them at birth. Draining magic items that affect/interact with your soul spirit. Humans are not the majority race. No continental land masses. The waters are high. So it can be small islands, can be islands the size of England, that kind of thing. And the ban list is no firearms, no skyships, and no common magic. Magic requires dedication and training. Everybody cool with that?
Yes.
All right, now here's the question. We can define the history, I think, at one of 3 levels. We can either do it very tight, where we're just defining the past year. We can define it for like the past decade, or we can do like the past century, like the past 100 years. What would you guys like?
I would prefer century.
Okay.
I got for century as well.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So at the beginning of this century that we're going through, if we go down to the actual timeline, the first era, it starts out with the revelation of the Empress's death. That starts out the century. And then it goes to the final era. That'll be the last era before the game starts. So wherever that era ends is where our game is going to begin, is the hunts begin. I don't know who the Empress is. I don't know what the hunts are. We're going to hopefully define that through the play of this. And if you look there on the timeline, I've got all the stuff there is so that allow you to kind of cut and paste things to add it on. The turn order is Carl, Matt, Scott, me. When Fabian comes in, he'll enter in last on that turnaround. So Carl, we start with you. You're going to add something to the timeline, and essentially when it's your turn, you do it. Nobody kibitzes. You just do it, add your stuff. You might have to wait around and think about it. We just sit here patiently, and then we pass it on to the next person. Does anybody have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, Carl, let's start with you.
The false Queen Amelia is executed in her capital city of Titan by the Holy Order of Giuseppe.
Where do you want to put that, sir?
That's after the Empress. Well, I'm just going to put it. It's after the Empress.
So that's an event. Okay.
That's an event. Yes.
Okay.
Where are you?
I
see. I got it.
page.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
yeah.
Okay, good. I got it. Absolutely. I'll put it in.
Okay. Yeah. You'll
So this is
add in your own stuff, everybody. You are putting that on the text CMP model, so you actually want to go to the next page, Carl.
Oh, sorry. I see. So like that?
That's perfect. Okay. So, Carl, let me ask you this now. This is an important thing. Whenever you put a period or an event or a question, once you kind of put it in there, you're going to define, do you think it's a light event, meaning kind of sunshine and positive, or a dark event that something happens that's dark?
I'm thinking that the false queen was dark because she is basically a usurper to the Empress, or
Okay.
she tried to take over her.
But it's more the event itself. Is the event
Right. So that would be but the Holy Order of Giuseppe.
Do you want that a positive thing that occurs?
I was thinking the Holy Order of Giuseppe is a bad order that got rid of. No, I'm going to say it's negative. Yeah, I'm going to say it's negative.
All right. So you put a little D in parentheses after that. Okay. Now, an important thing to note here with the timeline is now when you guys put in events, you can put in events occurring before that event or after that event. So time is fungible there. Okay. Scott. Oh, sorry, Matt, you're next.
Okay, so the way this works is we're putting events in the era of the revelation of the Empress's death.
Nope, you can put it anywhere you want.
Okay, so
You
You
could.
can even make a new era.
Yep.
okay, interesting. Um,
It just has to fall between the first era and the second and the last era.
mhm. Okay. Geez, how much time do people usually spend between rounds in this game, lol? Because
Don't worry about it. If you
Yeah.
want to, I mean, Matt, with what I've seen you being creative, I'm pretty happy with whatever you want.
Yeah. No, it takes a while sometimes. Sometimes people get jammed up and get stuck. So do not worry about it. It's actually easier here than it is when we're playing at the table because then people are like, Sherry goes, oh, like that.
Yeah, you're right that you should not interrupt other people.
Hmm.
and you do an event or a question.
You can do a new era, you can do an event, or you can ask a question about an existing event.
Okay. This is kind of a cop out.
Now, if you do a question,
And do questions need to have answers, or can that be
So
left
here's
open?
what you do when you put a question down, you either answer it yourself
Mm-hmm.
to add some detail about the event or to answer a question about the event, or you ask somebody else to answer it.
Okay. Interesting. Let's add a second era.
Okay. I'll take care of that timeline thing.
Yeah. And
So can you give us a sentence or two to describe that?
let's say that after the first era, I'm gonna leave this vague because I don't know what's gonna happen. The victorious forces begin ideological purges.
Okay. Do you want to type that in or should I?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Okay.
Well, there we go.
By the way, everyone will type very badly because you're typing for an audience.
Well, these guys are followers of Victor.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
is this era after the event?
So we know we know is that it comes after the Empress's death, but before the hunts begin. So somebody could conceivably put another era in between.
But it's also after. I mean, is it after the false
It's
queen?
after the last event.
Yep.
In the
That's
era.
all we know, though. It's
Yeah.
between two bookends.
Yep. And then it's after that event because the event happens within that era.
Now, Sandra, I mean, did you want? I mean, because you said specifically you want it to be, make up specifically who the victorious forces were.
Well, so that's a good question, Carl. So eras are more vague because they kind of define a sweep of things.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What I encourage you to do is be specific on events.
Okay.
So that was a really good question.
Okay.
Scott, do you want to define
well,
that as dark or light?
Do we not get...
I think the resulting in untold suffering probably.
There we go.
Scott is going to add another era.
Yep. Let's see. Am I spelling that right?
Yep. Do you want to put a sentence to describe those? Sentence or two to describe that, Carl, Scott?
Let's see.
There's a lot of D in this world.
Yep.
There always is.
Oh well, we're starting with. Oh, I didn't realize we started with D, and the hunts begin. We end with D.
Yeah.
So we know that it's nothing we're ever gonna do is gonna freaking work.
Era 4, Disney World.
Disneyland. Let me see here.
How about that?
Okay, absolutely. That looks good. All right. I can get that in here. So I'm going to do an era as well. Copy from this. How's that look?
Pretty good.
Okay.
There's some hooks in that one.
There's some good ones there. All right. So now we've all got put one thing in for free. So we've all got set up. We all did eras, which is kind of interesting.
Hey, I did. Okay, I didn't.
Oh. And we got all of those kinds of hook things going. So that's cool. So now, Carl, you are going to actually set up a focus for this next round.
Okay. And so my focus is going to be, like, for instance, who are the holy orders, or what is the?
So it's actually a focus is kind of a theme thing. So what you do is your focus could be the gods, or it could be elves, or it could be ships, or it could be more specific, like the War of Succession or Queen Amelia. And all of us, when we go to write our thing, era, event, or question, it has to relate to that a little bit.
Okay.
So you kind of focus in what you want us to do on that.
Okay, I want us to define the holy orders.
Okay.
Is that okay, or is it?
So,
or is it? Am I?
so your focus is the holy orders. That's
yes,
how you define
yeah,
that.
yes,
okay.
That's what I want.
So I'm going to go ahead and write that in. Now, Carl, you're going to start us out here.
Okay.
So the way that works is you can, because you're essentially what's called the lens, you can do two things. You can do a new era and an event below it, or you can do an event and then do a question about it, or you can just do one thing. It's entirely up to you. You're going to get two bites of the apple. Okay.
I'm going to do an event. And the Diaspora Heretics is the 13. What was this? Well, will be. How many icons do we have?
So at the end of the round, whoever is next to last is going to define an icon. Generally, they're going to be probably going to end up with about 12 to 13 icons.
Okay, so then they are so then I guess my question, well, the diaspora heretic. My answer will be the diaspora heretics are a whole.
So here is
the 13th Holy Order.
Let's do this. For the first thing, Carl. Let's take your event and let's turn it down to the size of the other event things, and let's get that all set. Okay, the diaspora heretics retake their ancestral home of Talon Gold. Okay, now you could write a sentence or two to explain what that means if you wanted to. That would be one thing. And again, I'm only interrupting because we're kind of getting set on this first round. So you could, if you wanted to write a little bit more to explain that. Or you can't. Are you happy with that?
I want to. My point was that the diaspora heretics are a holy order. Maybe they're the 13th holy order. Okay, so.
So you could write a little bit more on there.
Diaspora. Where's the font? I don't even see. Oh, there it is. Heretics. Yeah, you're right. Heretics, that's what it is. Are the 13th Holy Order. They were purged and spread 500 years ago.
Okay, so that actually, what you're doing is kind of you are asking a question and kind of answering it there.
Right.
So go ahead and hit return, so that you can do that as a second line.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that your question is, who are the diaspora heretics? Or who are the heretics?
Purged and spread doesn't sound too good. Left. Oh, sorry. And then left. Okay, you can go ahead and change it.
Okay. So what we're going to do here is just to mark it as a question. I'm going to do put a question at the front. We'll do that in italics and bold, and then essentially I'm going to ask the question here like that. Does that look okay?
Yep.
Okay. So Carl has done two things, one nested within each other. Again, I'm sort of on this first round doing a little bit of focusing here that I wouldn't normally do.
So we probably shouldn't do an event and then answer the same event or something like that.
Right. I mean, well, no, you would. That's if you're going to do two things, you would always nest them one within the other.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't I wouldn't do like the diaspora heretics and then answer something about the other stuff.
Correct. Yeah. If you do two things, you always connect them up.
Hold on a second.
Are you saying hold up a second to us? No, I think that's Matt, you are next.
I don't care.
Okay.
So his focus is that he has put for the round is holy orders.
Holy orders. Okay. All right. So let's say.
Also, you can sort of. It may be more difficult with holy orders, but you could also sort of subvert the focus, Matt, as long as holy orders is in there.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have, say, a priest give someone some orders
that were holy.
That are holy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Um,
You can be as technicality as minded as you wish.
all right. Well, I'm gonna be showing my game in Ash here, but I say the Order of Saint Cuthbert. Seizes the all right. So the Order of Saint Cuthbert preserves ancient knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Let's put that in there.
I get
Order of
this.
Saint
I was taking that from a different point of view.
Okay.
All right, and then we can ask a question.
Nope.
Right?
Nope. You get one thing. You get one thing. Carl was the lens, so he
It should
gets
be related
two.
to the same event you said, correct?
Nope. Nope. You should.
No,
you
no.
only get one thing.
Since I was the leader of that round, or whatever, the
Yeah.
first one that round, I got 2. Because I'm
Anybody else
special.
there?
So it goes on to Scott.
Anybody?
What?
You're in anybody.
You can't hear me?
Yeah.
You can't hear me?
All right, here you guys now.
Okay. So you only do one thing, Matt.
All right, it's Carl because he's the leader of the turn.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Because I'm better than you are.
Scott, you're next.
Yep. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Okay, so Santa, we're going to start at the hunts begin. That's what we start.
After that era, the very end of it, after that last event, that's where we're going to begin.
Okay.
This is starting to sound kind of anti-Italian.
I just remember Giuseppe is just Joe, so you know.
Last descendant of Mario.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so that's okay, so that kind of makes some kind of dependence on the gods on their worshippers.
I was thinking sort of his rise of power. The actual spirit of his god inhabited him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I like that. So Matt, you're happy we're having a religious war?
Yes.
Well, you know, I guess we could do it. The world is flat.
How's that?
So this isn't a this era is not 100 years.
Nope, the whole thing is 100 years.
No, that's what I mean. I mean, because this seems like it's like 1,000 years. This whole thing between the Empress and the Hunts Begin seems more like 1,000 years.
No, this is right. We're doing 100 years.
Okay,
this
that's
is
fine.
within
It
a
just-
century. I'm gonna say that's kind of dark.
Well, I'll try to.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. So that was my go. Now, Carl, you will get to go again with your same theme of holy orders, and you can again do 2 things if you want,
Oh, okay.
and that'll end your round.
Okay. Okay, I am going to do. I think I'm going to do. Okay, maybe this is a question or thing. What I'm going to do is say, the last daughter of Queen Amelia founds the League of Assassins or something. Well, no, that's Holy Orders. Found. Okay. But is this a question or an event? I was going to do it right after the false queen.
You can do an event. You can do a question. What do you want to do?
You could say.
I'm gonna shut you down right there, Scott.
Stifle
Okay,
yourself.
I'll do.
Check yourself.
Simmer down. Simmer down.
Surviving daughters of Amelia. Found the okay, who are we using the icons that are here or what?
We're gonna make up icons.
Okay, so it's completely okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do here in a second with that.
I was thinking when I read through this, I was like, this is much too structured for Sanders' game. He wants it to be completely open. Found the shadows in as the martial arm of what we got here. Martial arm of martial arm of now all these Italian names are going through my head. That's not a product or anything like that, though.
Hmm?
That's not a product or anything like that that I'm.
And then there was the time. There we go. Was that on your end?
Yes.
Okay. Scotty, you back?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's back here last
Okay.
one.
All right. Sorry.
I'm so bad with names.
Don't. My one suggestion is don't second guess yourself.
Super Mario.
Okay, that's fine. There we go. Okay, so
Okay.
if I do a question, it has to be in that event, or
It would
can
be
just...
about that event, yeah. And you could give it to yourself to answer, or you could ask somebody else to answer it.
Okay.
Or you could just say, okay, I'm happy.
I meant, let's see, the order of... Okay. Odor. There we go. They're shape changers. Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. So now, because we're at the end of the round, essentially the person who is sort of essentially the next last person to go, which would be me, will create an icon. So I'm going to do this at the very end, and essentially we're each going to have a chance to come up with one, and I'll fill in the roster. But so my icon is going to be this. So my icon is the Crow-Sworn Pirate. I put that at the end. He is the leader and patriarch of the many bands of pirates across the waters. He is a patron of rogues, scoundrels, and those who value freedom over order and rules.
So is he a person?
So he is a person, but he represents a figure. So he has great personal power and a lot of influence, and it might be a title. In his case, I assume it's a title that's passed down rather than him being an ageless figure.
Okay.
But he is an important figure because, of course, we've got so much water. Pirates are a kind of important thing, so I thought that would make an important icon thing. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. Matt, you are next. You
All
are going to
right.
give us a lens, a focus here as lens. What do you want the theme of this round to be?
Okay, so the focus, it comes through an event, or
You define it as, do you want it to be, okay, you could say, okay, everybody's going to have to write about pirates, or everybody's going to have to write about heretics, or everybody's going to have to write about hope, or everybody's going to have to write about war.
Okay. Um. Hmm. Hmm. So holy orders. How are they connected to the old gods?
So, what are you having as your focus then?
Let's focus on the old gods and kind of sprinkle them
Okay.
throughout the thing.
The old gods is your focus. Okay. So now,
Yeah.
Matt, you can add two things. They have to be nested within each other. So, an era with an event under it, or an event with a question, or you can just do one of those things. Up to you. It has to revolve
All
around
right.
your focus.
Um. um. Hmm. Okay. Say. Um. Hmm. All right.
If I don't see you, what you? Oh,
Down at the bottom.
Stupid caps lock.
I thought you were doing it on purpose.
Yes, barbarian seal. All right. So let's see. Get rid of the bowl. And then I got one more thing.
So you
So
can
we're
ask
gonna
you can ask
a
a question
question.
about that. And you can ask a question and answer it, or you can have somebody else answer it.
We're gonna have somebody else answer it. That sounds fun. All right, Carl. Since you laughed, tell me what the robot was doing there.
Okay. From the ruins of the ancient crash site, the old god Cuchulainn rises, summoning a barbarian horde of all the coarser races. The civilized world watch in bewilderment at the gathering. What was the robot doing there? What was the robot doing there? Not what it is doing or what it was. What was the robot doing there? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Ah.
Fair enough. I'm gonna de-italicize it. Is that your full answer, Carl?
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm gonna have to do this. Scott, your turn.
Let's see. Event. These are duels.
Boom, by the way, I forgot how to put a D or an L on that.
Yes.
So, Sandra, are you looking at this going, great, I've got some cool ideas here, or God, where the fuck are these idiots going?
Oh, Carl. What do you think is the answer? This is, for me, the greatest, as I kind of wrote today, or yesterday. This is the greatest thing, because you guys will make up all this stuff, and I get to spend some time looking at it and going, oh, okay, and I can put this in here, and I'll add this in, and it's just it's a pleasure.
Oh, as soon as you said it, it was like, oh, because this is, I think it would, after a while, you're going, am I just doing the same old shit again, or how can I be creative and stuff? And this, I think you're right. I think.
Well, I'll tell you here, for me, it's more important is, and why it's kind of bad to not have Ben here and have Fabian just here for a little bit. You guys will get to see all the stuff that you put to it, a bunch of it come out at the table.
Oh, yeah.
You know, how you talk about how much fun it was to have your stuff added to the timeline.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, that's one of the big bitches that I had about massive online role playing games is you can't change the world.
There we go.
Do you want to change that possessive on the old Gods Masters? That's just a point of clarification. Is the possessive on the gods?
Oh, yeah.
Holds
Okay.
back the old gods masters. The old gods masters.
Do you mean gods plural, Scott? Plural possessive or singular possessive? Sorry, just point of clarification.
Basically implying that the old gods are just messengers.
Okay.
Or just harbingers.
So just wanted to get that plural there. Okay.
Okay.
The guy I work for now clearly wanted to be a copy editor and failed at that. I got yelled at today for beginning a sentence with a number.
What?
And you immediately said, 1, fuck off. 2, I don't care.
My answer was, I'm giving you data. Like, I'm trying to give you data in the most consumable way.
See, I can see you doing 1, I'm trying to give you data. 2.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Hey.
Okay, Fabian, you have to get onto the Google page that Sanders got, because it's got all the stuff we had here.
Yep.
Okay, I'm on my laptop. I'm kind of in the hall while the kids are in bed.
Okay.
So,
I hear one of them. It's coming for you.
if
Come to get you.
you hear them, it's too late.
Do you have the I can send you the link in text.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. So my thing under the War of Succession
Got it?
Rises
Yeah.
is the Ageless Hag releases Kakaradal, Priestess of the Goddess of Death, bringing an end to the soul hollowing.
Oh, yeah, what? Where was this? I didn't.
Second era.
See, I was looking at.
Yep, I went back up.
The Ageless Hag releases Karkadal, Priestess of the Goddess of Death, bringing to. I thought we were going to be going. Yeah, okay.
We bounce all over the place. That's what you should do.
No, it's good. I was just thinking we were going to start. We were going out and everything. With these new terms, and then they're going to come back together, and now.
Oh yeah. Everything will be.
Yeah, Fabian, you might really have kind of missed this, because it's we saw it build, and so it's pretty cool.
You saw what?
I've actually been taping it, so.
Yeah, I would go back and.
Okay, what's that link again, Carl? On this laptop, I don't seem to be able to get into that.
I gotta step away for 1 second, guys.
We'll take
let me see.
a little break here while we get that set.
Here. Oh, Fabian, I probably sent it to Sander. There you go. Got it?
Yeah, thanks. Do I need to be in G Plus to view this?
No, you should be able to do it just through Google.
Okay.
It'll come up as the Google Doc. I see you pop in there. So when you get in there, if you go down to the very last couple of pages, that's where we're working on the timeline.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'll have you. I'll read through that. That's what we've got so far. And Carl, if you want to add in your thing now, that'll give Fabian a chance to take a look at the thing. How's that sound?
Okay.
The theme for the round is the old gods.
Okay. Okay, well, actually, okay. Ageless Hag releases. So you didn't say the Ageless Hag is the goddess of death.
Nope.
You just brought out the Ageless Hag. Okay. Okay, so I need to put either an event, or a question,
or a new era.
Or a new. I don't want to do that.
Revolving around the old gods.
Okay, new era.
We just lost Fabian, but he's still on. Here he goes.
Let's see. Event or a question. Okay. I'm going to ask a question. That sounds like fun.
Okay.
And you can ask questions about an era?
Nope, only about an event.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Such as trying to get some more details. How, why, what, that kind of thing.
Okay, that's fine. I am going. Let's see. Now we don't have the icons. Okay, the gods are not icons, or we don't know, or we don't know that yet.
Not generally.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Ancients who ship fields. Centuries. Okay, I guess this is what, because you're saying whose ships filled with weird technologies have been discovered over the centuries, but if the ships ended, oh, okay, so there were ships in previous centuries that we found or that have been found, and this has just been revealed now. Okay, okay, I was thinking that you were describing an event that happened over several centuries. Okay, no, I got
the actual event is on that one is Von Karl's killing the high priest.
Right.
Oop. That's a lowercase I.
Okay, let's see.
No, it implies that that there was something called the Ancients, who before they were.
Well, I thought his event was like discovered over centuries, and I was like, well, then we can't. Okay, so no. Okay, and the Titan is dying. So much pressure.
That's right, Carl.
Okay. And Fabian, I'm going to throw you right into the.
Don't ask him a question.
Okay. Final Scotto, do you?
No. Okay.
Because Fabian's going to go next here in a second. So.
Yeah, that's fine. Which old god does the Order of Saint Cuthbert? Can I give them not just a question, but describe like the old god that because I want more than just a name.
So how would you phrase that?
I'd say just describe the old god the Order of Saint Cuthbert represents. That's not a question.
That's not really a question.
Okay. What? Oh, okay, there we go. What domain of power does the old god that the Order of Saint Cuthbert represent possess? That's actually too easy. I want to get something with a little twist in it. See, I'm too straightforward. I like in the end, the robot is just like, I don't know what the fuck it is. Just throwing shit out there. What domain of power? What, I'll leave it at that. I'll try and...
Scott?
Go ahead.
So, just for clarification, if I could, right now you're asking, he just asked a question.
Yes.
Who did he ask that question of?
Scott.
And the event, it's a question about the event before that,
Yep.
and Matt made the event. And I specifically didn't ask Matt because I want somebody else to put on that.
Mm-hmm.
Domain of power does the old god that the Order of Saint Booth.
Did you see my question that Matt put down for me?
I'm sorry, what, Carl?
Matt put down the event of Choo Lane Rises, and then he put down a question for it.
Did I miss anything?
Scott is answering a question about one of your events, is what's going on.
All right.
My question's not as good as yours, though.
And then after Scott answers that question, then Fabian's going to add to the timeline, and then we'll kind of switch back to the normal order, okay?
Do I go again at the end of my...
Yeah, essentially after Fabian is done, with adding in sort of add a sequence, then we'll have you go and do your 2 more things, and then we'll have Carl come up with an icon.
All right. Carl's icon's going to be offensive, I think.
I've already got it.
Poop fish.
I don't know what an icon is, but okay.
I will explain that when we get to it.
All right, I apologize for...
That's okay, Fabian. No worries, no worries. We're gonna get you in and clue you in. So we'll
Okay, I'll be patient.
And seriously, Fabian, the more this game is like narrative Mad Libs, the better it is. Anyway.
Oh yeah, and just go. Don't feel constrained.
You can check it. It should be fine. My wife is cooking tonight.
Oh.
I'm probably gonna get salmonella.
You guys are eating late.
Yeah, we often do.
I see.
We're still not on kids' schedule yet.
Okay.
We're on yuppie schedule.
Oop.
Once the kid has to eat real food, that's when we're gonna have to start eating at normal times.
I'll be right back in just 1 second.
So, what is the Forsworn Pirate?
It's just
It's what it says.
an icon is like a great person or concept or like an archmage.
Yeah, and
It's
I'll
almost a
walk-
demigod,
Yeah,
kind
Yes.
of.
I'll walk through that when we come to that in just a second. I'll kind of go through what the 13th age has as icons.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
I missed that. Are we gonna wind up redoing all the icons? Or are we gonna?
We're gonna come up with some, and then I will fill out the rest.
Okay.
As the GM. Okay, Scott, is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Okay. So Fabian, now it's your turn. The theme of this round is the old gods. So what you're going to add, it needs to in some way reflect that, distantly or closely, whatever. And you have a choice. You can add a new era and put it in wherever you want in between. Just can't go before the first era or after the last. Sort of a big span of time. You can add an event which happens within an era and describe something specific that occurs, or you can ask a question about an existing event to kind of get more details about or answer something that's unknown there. If you ask a question, you can answer it yourself, or you can point to somebody else and say, you need to answer this question.
Okay, I guess I would like to add an event.
Okay.
And that event would be the return of the ROM.
Okay. Do you know what era you want to put that in?
I don't see where the eras are listed.
So on the very last 2 pages of this document, under the time.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those should be the bigger ones in 14 point.
This would be in the Faith Scatter.
Okay. Now, are you able to type, or do you want me to type it in for you?
Yeah.
Because if you dictate it to me, I can type it in for you.
I think I can type.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, sorry.
No worries, sir.
All right. So like that?
Sure. So kind of leaving it a little bit open. So there's an event where the ROM crashes down. Okay. So I do have to ask a point of clarification. Is the ROM a person or a group or what?
The ROM are a race of humans, essentially. My thought would be they would be the kind of a cross between Phoenicians and Gypsies of the high seas, or of the...
Oh,
okay. Then my point of clarification would be maybe you want to specify that just a little so that we remember that they're a race.
Okay. Well, everything's seafaring.
Well, no, he said that there was there's islands as big as Britain.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good. What I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna steal that out from the title, and I'm gonna put it as a comma phrase.
Okay.
Over here.
That's fine. I'm working on a laptop,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
know.
not.
That's why I'm doing this, not just to kind of make it easier for you. Okay. Is that, Fabian? Now here's an important decision for you. Do you think that's a positive light event or a dark event?
This would probably be a mixed event because they
need to say positive or negative. What you think is your feelings on it. That's for good or for ill.
We'll say good.
Okay.
You're such a lightweight.
Okay. All right.
I figure with you in the mix, Carl,
No, we started going a very dark path, and it's like, oh shit.
All right, Matt, we are back to you, and it is your turn. You get to add 2 things if you want, or just 1. Still on your theme of the old gods.
Sorry, I had my microphone turned off.
Oh,
what I was asking is, if I had 2 things that they have to be related, correct?
Yes. So either a new era and an event within that era, or an event and then a question about that event.
Wait. Is so the event Church Lane Rises is after the hunts begin?
Is within the hunts begin. The hunts begin is an era.
Okay.
Church Lane Rises is an event within that era.
Bear with me for 1 second.
Somebody's scrolling.
Yeah. Actually, look at the 13th Age rulebook right now.
Oh, okay.
Wanted to grab a name.
What do you want?
There we go. Prince of Shadows.
Okay.
So, Santa, on any of these times, do you ever start going, okay, guys, we need to start bringing it together, not...
God, no.
not
No,
oh,
why
you
would
don't?
I
Oh,
ever,
really?
why would I ever do that? No.
See, I guess my natural fear of it is it could just run away from us. And you're sitting there
Carl,
going, yes, that's even better.
Whatever you come up with, I will figure out the connections later. I will go back and I will read through it, and I will go, oh, it looks like this must connect up with this in this way. Or here's a question that isn't answered. I better figure it out. Did you drop something in, Matt? Or are you doing?
Typing something up in Notepad first.
That's what I did too.
I've been fairly consistent, so I haven't gone. I'm giving Lowell an opportunity to stick in a little type of game that I know he likes to run.
Yeah.
Now you got to screw him. You got to make sure that he has to go against his strengths.
Playing with you is against my strength, Carl.
So when we are playing, what era are we playing in?
We will play after the very end of this timeline. Essentially, so wherever we end, that's where the
We're
game
defining
begins.
the history, basically.
Yeah, essentially the 100 years that leads up to where the campaign begins. And Carl, once Matt is done with his thing, then you'll be defining an icon. So I hope you're ready on that.
Oh, I am ready.
Okay.
All right. I feel like the outcome of this is going to be like a 2000 AD comic. Because when I'm put on the spot, I'm kind of cannibalizing just other stuff.
As long as we're not cannibalizing all the same stuff from the same source material, then we're good.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to put it in.
War of Succession era. Okay.
All right. So what font are we? We're using. What is the font we're using?
So it's going to be 12 point.
It says Arial 14 to me for everything right now.
Yeah, so it'll go down to 12.
All right.
In Windows stuff.
All right, so I will say event.
Okay.
Frozen?
Second era.
Oh.
All right.
I'm sure if I robbed Thomas Pynchon novels,
Yeah.
that wouldn't bump into anybody else's robbery.
All right.
Mystical rhythms can access the system of obtuse drop-offs and pickups in the chaos of World War. The information must flow after a few years. Okay, icon.
Icons, Carl. So now Carl is going to add an icon. Now Fabian,
Mm-hmm.
in 13th Age, the sort of the sample thing they have is they have a number of sort of powerful people, and they can be roles. So there's the Archmage, who's sort of the preserver of magic. He's a figure that is all about magic. There's the Crusader, who is the armored fist of the dark gods, and you know, these are icons that might be around at a time, might come and fall. Some of them are immortal. like the Golden Dragon or the Elf Queen. They've got the Emperor as a, of the main empire in 13th Age. He's a particular icon. There's the High Druid as a role icon, that comes and reappears. There's the Lich King, the Orc Lord. These are all figures that represent sort of different tropes or aspects of the world. And characters can have relationships to them. And during this, we will come up with everybody gets to come up with an icon, and then I will fill in the rest of them. So Carl has created.
Wait, I'm sorry. I have a question still.
Sure. I'm sorry.
And it's goofy.
But you're going to ask it about that event, right? The one that you put.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
This is fun.
Okay.
And I'm gonna throw this one to Fabian.
Oh, great.
And if you give up, I have an answer for it.
Okay.
It's much better not to take his answer.
Okay. Okay, this is going to take a little bit of playing around with.
Sure.
With.
Okay, we will wait.
Okay. Okay. So.
Yeah, we don't go on. This is actually a good thing. It gives you time to think and just.
Okay, pulling up Notepad here. There we go.
If I can give you like a clue.
Nope.
No, I can't.
Hints,
All right,
nothing.
excellent.
No clues.
Oh, this is fun.
D. Destiny. Eternity. D. Destiny is not set. Or destiny is not real. E. Eternity is never the goal. A.
I'm the only one here that's read The Crying of Lot 49, huh?
It has been a long time since I've read The Crying Lot 49.
That's one of my favorites of all time.
Crying,
And if you read that, you see this is completely stolen.
Yeah.
Crying of Lot 49. That sounds familiar. What is it?
Well,
A short
weirdly,
story?
there's also, of course, the Postal Service thing from the
From
flat.
Postmaster?
No,
or
not
whatever
the
the-
Postman.
the Postman, yeah.
There's David Brin's the Postman, but there's also the Postal thing from. I don't read the books. Terry Pratchett's thing, Discworld.
I like how the Trastero system was almost like planetary, like secret history of the world type shit.
Mm-hmm.
I also like Crying a Lot 49 a lot because I think it's Pinekin's most accessible work. It's short and it reads fast, and the ideas are made so plain that you don't really have to decode them.
Mm-hmm. His later stuff is kind of.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Gravity's Rainbow. I know I'm supposed to like it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't finish it. I can't get through it. The guy sticks his head up the toilet, and I stop every time. I've tried to read the book 15 times, and at the toilet, I stop at the toilet every time.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so this is this is the motto of a postal service.
Yes.
Not necessarily. No, it's the motto of an information service.
A black postal service, an
Which
underground.
can be defined in any way you want.
Okay. Everybody,
Sorry.
slow down.
Calm down.
No, you must do it my way. And by the way, Matt, you ended that sentence with a preposition.
Which is okay. There's a lot of rules of grammar that aren't really rules of grammar. There's like people's weird hang-ups.
I've actually, Sandra, is that bad or not?
It depends on how the sentence is presented. I mean, it is allowable. The reason that it's generally coded as a rule is because a lot of times people will end with a preposition and the sentence ends up becomes weak or unclear or uncertain.
Oh.
So where ending it with a preposition creates a weak or unclear or uncertain sentence, you should try to correct that.
Well, in this one, what is the system's motto? Death stand could be. I mean, but it doesn't make the sentence weaker. It sounds like, but it could be ended as stand instead of stand.
No,
for.
stand.
No one in modern English would say, "For what does the system's motto stand?"
Yeah.
That's more unwieldy than this, I think.
Yeah. No, this is a grammatically fine sentence and one that makes sense in colloquial English.
Okay, still working on it.
Yeah, I have to ask my boss for corporate guidance on the Oxford comma.
Oh,
that's how insane he is. Like, so I mean, I've been looking at like Chicago style manual.
Have you seen?
Published lately?
Have you seen the thing with Hitler, Stalin, and the prostitutes?
Yeah.
That's a great way to remember it. I was like, well, you're never gonna forget that.
I love the Oxford comma, and the thought that they're gonna get rid of it is a little irritating to me.
I'm on the Oxford comma.
The Oxford comma.
As well.
Wait, is the extra comma or it's not the extra comma?
It is the extra comma.
Extra comma.
To me, it just makes things more clear.
Yeah. So you guys do the two spaces after the. Well, Fabian, go.
Okay. Death. Destiny is the lie of the gods. E. Eternity is always the goal. A. All things will be known. T. Time brings all things to light. H. Hell is reserved for those who stop the flow.
Wow.
That's very good. That's very good.
See, I would have gone.
Can you cut and paste that in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, all I had was don't ever antagonize the horn.
Okay, so
all right, Scott, you are going to be up next. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, Fabian. Okay, so Carl has put in his icon. We've got his icon on the end, which is the sewer rat. Scott, what is the lens for this round? The focus.
The focus will be the spirits.
Focus.
Spirits.
And I do a. What do I do?
You will begin it, and you will put in two things, if you want, or just one thing. If you put in two, they have to be nested under one another.
Okay, so an error in an event or an event in a question.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, where do I
Right back.
Okay. Scott is doing his.
So, Lowell, is this ever played as like a game unto itself?
Yeah. Well, one of the things is that in standard microscope, instead of questions, they actually play out scenes, and you do real freeform RPing
Huh.
to kind of answer a question about, and you play the scene. And while I think that's really interesting, it's kind of not what I'm all that interested in. And I have done it several times just as just as an exercise, just as an evening's play. I do enjoy that, but I think there's always a little more at stake when you kind of play it as the building for something. And I like the idea of building something such that you can then play at the end of it, so people are building up to something. That's my thing. I enjoy it more this way. And actually, the supers thing was interesting because I had to come up with 3 different scenarios to run out of that supers world that they came up with. So, for example, one of the things I'm going to do is a game that's actually set in one of the sort of mutant gulags from that. And then another one is going to be set at the very end of the history, and another one's going to be set in the very, very early days of the superheroes.
So I'm sorry. Right now we're.
So Scott right now is adding up under the cultural revolutionary. He has just added an event based around his theme of the spirits.
The spirits.
Scott, do you want to read that out?
Hold on a minute. I'm going to do the other part of it.
Okay. So what he's written there is Garibaldi, High Priest of Giuseppe, purges the spirits from his ideological enemies, removing their ability to use items of magic and earning them the hatred of the 13 houses. He's about to ask a question.
And I'm just going to answer it because I sort of have the...
I love the way this world is shaking out. It's like we've got like a false queen and a shitty Garibaldi, and they're at war with each other, and like it sucks whoever wins.
Yeah.
I love it.
But this was way back in the past.
Well, that'd be at the beginning of the previous century. This just covers the past 100 years.
Okay.
So, at the beginning of the century leading up to our game, was the revelation of the Empress's death, and sort of the most.
Oh, so it's back. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so the hunts begin is the thing that's closest to the end of the century.
Oh, so this takes place in a 100-year point?
Yep, we decided to do it in a 100-year span.
So an era is 100 years, or all these eras happen in 100 years?
All these eras happen within 100 years.
Okay.
Okay. So my turn, Scott, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so there's mine.
Draws from their forebodies become work slaves at the work of their
Wait
elvish
for it to-
masters. The Rise of Riddick.
So mine is Fathrist, Blood King of the Elves, performs the first execution exorcism. This rips the soul from the punished and pulls it into the world as a demon. These bound spirits with physical forms drawn from their former bodies become work slaves at the whim of their elvish masters.
Elves are dicks now.
Okay. All right. So that was mine. Fabian, your turn. You can add an era, an event under an existing era, or ask a question about an event. And the theme is the spirits. Do you have any questions about that, Fabian?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was on mute.
That's fair enough.
Okay. Okay. I wanted to know exactly what is the Titan that holds up the sky.
It is not very well defined.
Not very well defined, so you could write an event about it. We know that there's some discussions about it at the very end.
Okay.
Well, that's the only mention of it, actually, there, I think.
Yeah, well, it's dying.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, but
I'm trying to find that. It's not in the timeline, right?
so
Or it is.
Normally I wouldn't answer this, but I'm going to answer this. So we know two things about it. We know that the Titan is clearly visible to everyone in the known world, that there's this giant Titan that carries the sky, and it can be seen from almost everywhere. And we know from the very end of the timeline that the Titan is dying. Okay?
And it holds,
back the old gods' masters, terrible forces that come from beyond the skies. So that is what we know.
Okay. All right, Lowell, I will ask the question of you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I guess I will ask the question of Matt. Why did Fathrist perform this execution exorcism that forever stained his the reputation and name of his people?
Okay, that's good. I like that. Going in a different way.
Do you want to type that in?
Sure.
Or should I? Okay.
You're acting like it was a bad thing. The elves did it. It has to be cool.